Hello. In this video, we're going to be walking through how to participate in the Eyes on Seagrass Blitz in the Indian River Lagoon. The Eyes on Seagrass Blitz in the Indian River Lagoon is a 2-week effort to collect data on the presence and absence of seagrass throughout the Indian River Lagoon. The objective of this program is to obtain data on the current range of seagrass in the Indian River Lagoon in order to inform future monitoring and restoration work in the lagoon, as well as to document the current range for future comparisons. This program is relying on residents to report seagrass using the Seagrass Spotter App, and the great news is that anyone out on the water in a boat or kayak can report data. So in order to participate, you're going to have to download the Seagrass Spotter app, and then anytime that you're out on the water between November 1st and 15th, look out for seagrass. If you see seagrass, you're going to take a photo and report it in the app, and even if you don't see seagrass, you can report that too. So you're going to want to download the Seagrass Spotter app, which is available both on iPhone and on Android, and create a free account. If you'd like, you can also go online to their website and create an account there. You're going to want to review the Eyes on Seagrass Blitz protocol. This is the video version of that. We also have it available as a PDF for you to be able to read through and reference back. And you're also going to want to look at the Eyes on Seagrass identification guide to get you familiar with the different species of seagrass that you will see while you're out on the water. This is also available as a PDF that you can download and print or save to your phone. And there's also a short 5-minute video version you can watch. You want to ensure that you have all of the proper safety gear on your vessel, including your personal flotation device and a whistle, and check that the weather conditions are safe to be out on the water. Low wind conditions are going to be best for both your safety and also for the visibility on the water to make sure that you can actually see the seagrass below the surface. We also ask that you complete the Eyes on Seagrass volunteer form so that we can follow up with you about your experience and let you know about future Eyes on Seagrass volunteer opportunities. So first thing is you've downloaded your Seagrass Spotter app, and now you're out on the water in the Indian River Lagoon. You're looking out for seagrass between November 1st and 15th. When you see seagrass, you're going to open up that app on your phone and click the little camera button you see on the bottom left there of New Sighting. This will pop up, and you're going to go to Take a Sighting. From here, you're going to take a photo of the seagrass. You want to do this ideally from straight above looking down so that it gives you like a perfect little grid version of what's below you. However, we understand if there's a glare on the water or something, you may need to take it at an angle, whatever you need to do to be able to see the seagrass, but we want to be able to have an idea of the coverage from that image as well as to be able to confirm the species. When you upload your image, you'll then see this little spinning icon, and it'll take just a moment. This is taking the GPS coordinates from your phone so that it will be able to put exactly on the map where you took that picture. So when you download the app for the first time, it might ask you, would you like to allow this app to use your location? Please do say, yes, allow the app to use the location while you're using that app, as that will allow for the GPS tracker to put that location on the image, and that way it'll automatically go into the map on the Spotter app and their website. Once you've uploaded your image, it is going to ask you for your species. You can see there's quite a long list here because this actually has species of seagrass from all over the world, and they're all recorded with the scientific names. There is a set of questions that you can go through on their app in order to help you identify, but we find that since there's a lot more species than what you find in our area, it can be a little bit confusing. We have created a Eyes on Seagrass Species ID guide for the Indian River Lagoon that has all of the species of seagrass that you might find. So we recommend taking a look at this before you go out and then downloading either to your phone or printing out a copy so that you have this for reference and you can see it has the images, the common names, and the scientific names to allow you to be able to check that box of whichever species you are seeing. Once you click the box for the species that you see, it is going to ask you, how sure are you about your species identification? So to be honest, if you can tell that there's seagrass, but you're really not sure about your species ID, you can say not very or a bit. We still want you to tell us that there's seagrass, because even if you're not confident in the species ID, it's still great information to know that seagrass is there. However, if you feel pretty confident about your identification based on what you see, then you can click Very or Definite. From there, you're going to hit Next Step, and it's going to pop up with this screen saying, "Thank you for adding your sighting. Before you upload it, could you add some more information? It is optional, but it would really help with your sighting." If you would like, you can just hit Upload Now and you are all done. But if you're willing to go to Add More Information, there are going to be a whole host of questions that pop up. However, don't worry about it. We only want you to focus on 3 of them. The first question that pops up is, how extensive was the seagrass? When you click on this drop-down menu on the right will pop up. You can see it gives you lots of different size categories. So did you just see a small patch of seagrass, less than a meter, or the equivalent of about 3 feet squared? Or did you see many small patches, or a large patch of less than 10 meters squared, about 30 feet squared? Many large patches, or these smaller or largest contiguous areas, again, different size categories. The next question is, how did you observe the seagrass? Probably for everybody participating in this program, you all will be observing it from a boat, kayak, or paddleboard, so you will likely choose this option. And finally, skipping down to the 4th, what depth of water was the seagrass recorded in? Less than 1 meter is less than 3 feet, or between 1 and 3 meters is between about 3 and 10 feet. And these will be the 2 options that you would likely be choosing in the Indian River Lagoon. If you're on the boat, you can use your depth gauge, depth sounder for this, or if you are kayaking, you might even just be able to use your paddle to give you an idea of about how deep that water is. Just to note, if you are in a boat, seagrass is often in very shallow areas, so please just make sure that you're proceeding with a very slow pace and trimming up your engine as necessary in order to avoid damaging any seagrass. You will then click Upload Now, and you have submitted. Thank you guys very much for submitting your sighting. But what if you don't see any seagrass? You can still upload your data. We still want to know that seagrass was not somewhere. That is just as important as knowing where it is. And so you can upload an absent sighting. You'll see when you go to New Sighting, there will be an option for Take an Absent Sighting. You will then still take a photo of the area that you are over, looking straight down, and there are a couple of questions. The first is, what is the status of seagrass here? And maybe your answer is don't know. If you don't know the history of the area, you don't know this location, you're going to hit don't know. However, if this is an area that you have visited in the past and you know that seagrass either has or has not been there, please indicate. The other question we want you all to answer is, what is the dominant habitat type? And so you'll see the drop-down menu on the right-hand side pop up. You would likely be seeing bare sediment, meaning just mud or sand that doesn't have anything growing on it. However, you might see some brown, red algae. You might see green algae, mangroves, or oyster reef. So whichever one of these is appropriate to click. If you happen to see Caulerpa is the green algae that can resemble a seagrass and can really cover an area similar to how a seagrass bed can. If you observe this green algae Caulerpa prolifera, please record it as an absent sighting, select green algae or seaweed as the dominant habitat, and then under comments, you can write out a note that Caulerpa was present. And then again, you'll just hit Upload Now. So those are the 2 ways that you would be uploading a sighting using your phone. The easiest way is just to take that photo while you're out there and go directly through the app. However, if for some reason you are taking a photo on your phone or on a separate camera, maybe you're not going to do this through your phone, but you're going to take a picture on a camera and then bring it back and upload it through your computer, then you are going to need to make note of your location, because when you get to the app or the computer, you're going to have to physically mark where you were. So you either want to make note of your location so that you feel confident doing that on the map, or you can drop a pin on your Google Maps, and that will put down your latitude and longitude. So that way, when you get into the app or the computer website later on, you can put in that latitude and longitude, or you can move the little marker around on the map until you put it approximately where you were. You're also going to mark your accuracy. You can see here on the screenshot, my accuracy was 10 meters. That is in meters. So that means that I feel confident where I put that marker is within 30 feet of where I was when I took that picture. So you're going to mark this location as best as you can. Accuracy can be as little as 1 meter if you feel confident it is right there because you took the coordinates, or it can be greater if you're not sure if you're in the exact right spot. You're going to put that in, and then you will go on to all of the other questions. If you are doing this through the website rather than through the app, the website is seagrassspotter.org, and you will have to upload the photo, put in the date that you took the sighting, and mark your location on the map as I just showed. And from there, it will ask you the same series of questions as the app did. And just the screen might look a little bit different, but you're going to put that same information in right there. And whether you use the app or the website, I definitely encourage everybody to go check out the website, seagrassspotter.org, especially as this goes on over the first couple weeks of November. This is the map of the sightings right now, and as you can see, it's pretty empty, but we are really looking forward to this map filling up with all of your sightings over the first 2 weeks of November. And the great thing is that this website is open access. All of the data is open access. So if you're interested, you are able to go in and take a look at all of the images and the data that people have reporting. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Florida Sea Grant agent or the UF IFAS extension agent that is in your county. And you can also find, again, the PDF version of these directions, as well as our ID guide and all other information on how to participate in the Eyes on Seagrass Blitz in the Indian River Lagoon on this website, bit.ly/EOS Blitz. And feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you for taking the time to watch this and for participating in the Eyes on Seagrass Blitz in the Indian River Lagoon.